talking about the SIAC,
Mm-hmm.
with regards to expansion. And that led us to the conversation of how it affected MEAC, and which led to a slight conversation of the 5-year plan that you touched upon just a little bit last week. So I want you now this is a MEAC podcast to expound on that 5-year plan. And that will lead into some other questions and topics that we're going to touch on. But just give us a skinny, if you will, on this 5-year plan and how it came to be, what it is, and pretty much how the alums should probably feel about this.
Well, Scott, that's the thing. It was relatively skinny. And that's what the problem is. For those who haven't seen the plan as of yet, it is a 6-page document. Two of which are covers, front and back. Right. One is like kind of like an intro. Then another page is of what their their values are. And then there was another page, I forgot what that was. And then there was a page that was, I guess, supposed to have been of goals, but they were extremely vague. There were no specific goals. And for those who have done business plans before, there's some sort of specificity, if that's a word, sarate, that have to come with your business plan. You have to be specific and have some sort of detail. And it says it's supposed to be over 5 years. At least speak about what you plan on doing within the conference over 5 years. And of course, the alums and the fans of the conference are going to want to know specific things about the conference. Primarily, how is this conference going to grow? There's probably 2 versions of this plan, though. The version that was released to us, and probably a plan that was released to the university presidents and the athletic directors there. My hope is that their version was more detailed than ours, because if not, I really don't know what they're going to do. And my takeaways from that whole thing were this: number one, why was this business plan released weeks after the media day? My guess, and this is just my guess, right, that maybe they heard rumblings from whomever asking what the plans for expansion for the conference were, and got a little worried and decided to release something. But my thing is, with the people who I've talked to at media day, they seem to be a little. I don't want this to make them sound as though they're dumb or ignorant, but they seem to be baffled, as are a lot of people on the landscape of collegiate athletics right now, because we don't know. There's so much movement going on right now. We really don't know what to expect. And they're probably waiting on things to become a little bit more stable so that they can have a general idea of what they need to do in order to, or who they need to focus on in terms of attracting new membership. Now, of course, there's some people out there who will probably say that they need to be more proactive than reactive. And I'm in agreement with that a little bit. But my thing is, if you're going to attempt to attract new members to your conference, why are they coming to you? I'm going to need to know, or if I'm a potential, a team a school that you're focusing on, I'm going to need to know why I'm coming to your conference. Will your conference continue to be stable? Will you lose another member or not? You got to remember, Howard was on the fence about leaving just a few months ago before they decided to stay. There was discussion about them potentially moving over to the CAA. And mind you, there is still another slot there open to make that conference, I think, 14 or 16? Well, either an even number for the CAA, and they need another member, so it's a possibility they may come back to that well yet again. But if it's not Hampton, will it be another member out of the MEAC that potentially leaves? Okay, what does your media rights deal look like? Is it going to be fiscally attractive enough for me to want to move over from where I currently am over to where you currently are? Now, with Campbell being a member that's leaving the Big South going over to the CAA, there's been discussion that maybe the MEAC should attempt to poach a couple of the remaining Big South members that are there, even though the Big South has merged with the OVC as of right now, you know, do you
Oh, I
go
know that.
after?
Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
do you go after the members of the Big South, which is within you? Excuse me, your same footprint to try to help out your football side. Do you go after the two northern schools that are there, the Bryant and Robert Morris, or do you go after the two southern schools that are there in Gardner Webb and Charleston Southern? That's something that could be addressed,
I
or
think
something
Charleston
that could be
Southern would be a
questioned.
good addition. That's just
You
me
know,
because it'd be a natural rival for South Carolina State.
exactly. And same with Garner Webb and North Carolina Central. Um,
Yeah.
so those are things that could be questioned. Of course, everyone loves to bring up um, the CIAA and Division II members. That was something else that was told of me too. That there is currently a moratorium on programs moving up from Division II up to Division I. So that's something that's
Mhm.
going to have to be weighted out as well. And then, of course, we talked about the fiscal aspect of Division II programs moving up to Division I before. Will those programs be able to handle it? And if so, will the MEAC be a place that they want to call home? So those are all things that need to be thought about. I just wish that either one, they would have thought out this plan a little bit more,
Right.
or two,
Would be nice.
yeah, or two, Scott, be real, just like F it. I don't
Yeah.
care what you're saying right now. We're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on right now. We
Right.
won't say anything. Football season's coming up in a few weeks. We'll address it when it's time to address it. But right now,
Mhm.
as of right now, we don't necessarily have anything that we can give you as of right now. It makes you look. I would prefer them say nothing than to say what they said.